Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Big Shook, host of the Undrafted Outlaw Sports Show. Man, listen, if you want some real down south, Louisiana-style Cajun food, you need to go check out DB's Cajun Kitchen. Yo, they got lobster and grits, seafood boils, signature fries, signature po' boys, signature egg rolls, and desserts. Oh, and my favorite, them gumbo tacos. Yo, they open from 11 to 8, Wednesday to Monday, 7 to 5:30 on Sunday. Located in North Las Vegas at 4343 North Rancho Drive. They even have to-go orders and catering. Hit them up, 725-780-1850, or go to the website, dbcajunkitchen.com. So, yo, don't just tell your friends about me. Tell them about DB's Cajun Kitchen.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Okay, let's talk lovers. It is Thursday and the day that we talk love here on the hottest, sexiest stations, Hot 702.5 FM. And thank y'all for joining us and coming to talk love with us. I am your favorite sexy chocolate essential healing medicine love prescriber, Miss Love Doctor. And where there is love and inner self-love, there's always inner beauty. So y'all already know my beautiful co-host.
Hey y'all, Beauty on the Beat here.
What's going on? What's going on? Y'all be sure to comment. Share this with your friends, your family, your lover, your boo thing. Share this show and call in if you want to be a part of the conversation. 702-551-5261. We'd love to hear from you. And not only do we talk about love here, we share love. So we want to make sure that if no one has told you that they loved you today, that we would like to be the first. And so therefore we do check-ins, but we are doing a part 2 to last week's show, Weaponized Incompetence. Ooh. So we're going to pick up where we left off, but we are still going to check in with each other, and we're going to use the same therapy cards that we used because we might as well just make this thing flow, and they're already here. Right? Okay, so again, we got mindset, we have trigger, and we have habits. So whichever one you lead with, we will lead with that, and then we will just keep going. And these are by Dr. Ebony. She is a African American woman, and she got some for teens and men, and these are the ones for women.
Short hair? Is that my girl?
She's cute. Let me see. There's a picture of her in here.
I was like, it's one girl that I follow, and I love how.
If you follow, I didn't even think about following her. Look at there.
But if it's the girl that I think, what's her name, Ebony? I gotta remember, but
yeah, this is her, Dr. Ebony.
Let me see.
Okay, so which one you gonna do first?
No, it's not the one, but okay.
But we need to follow her.
Yeah, I definitely have
We need to tag her. If y'all know her, tag her.
I went first last week. I think someone else should
go first. All right, so first one's is triggers. We might as well get those out the way.
Pew, pew.
Which emotions make it difficult for you to stay the course towards your goal? Journal why these emotions throw you off the course instead of others. Which emotion throws me off the course? Grief. Because you don't even really realize what course you're on when you're in a state of grief. And when I'm like, when the dust is kind of settling and the air is kind of clearing out and I can see a little bit more clearer, then I realized how much off course that I've been. Whether that's in relationships, the way I'm responding to people, or lack thereof, the way my house looks, it reflects, it shows, you know. So that's one that really throws me off course.
Grief. Ooh, you went.
I mean, I've experienced
like, geez. Okay. Mine's is when triggered, which coping skills and responses are you most proud of? So I have been really working on my me yelling, okay? And I feel like sometimes me being frustrated doesn't allow me to say and convey what I really need and want from the people that I love and that's around me. So because of that, I challenged myself when I'm triggered, especially coming home, and my house isn't not how I envision it to be, because when you come home, you want it to be your safe haven. You know, you want it to look, you want it to smell, you want it to be how you know, like you want it to be, like, especially as a woman, I feel like I've always wanted my house to look a certain way, and when it doesn't, it makes me upset. It makes me not easy. It makes me not want to have fun. It makes me because it creates a task in my mind that they didn't do it, I gotta do it.
You gotta get
right
done.
So for me, knowing that, then it makes me spiral into well, they don't love me, they don't really respect me, they don't, all of those things. So that triggers now that I am sitting in it and I'm like, hey, how can I convey this better?
Yeah.
What can I? So I found this, I listened to a podcast and it was talking about, instead of saying like, if you not no to this, no to that, or, you know, well, if you do that, then I'll do this. You know, I don't want to barter in that way. I want to, well, when you do this, you get to get this.
Yeah.
Okay. And
change the verbiage.
When I changed the verbiage, it made me understand. Because it's the same thing for me. Certain things I still got to do, right?
Yeah.
I got to keep my room clean. I got to keep my bathroom clean. I got to, when
and not because
I
your mama telling you to do it. It just got to be clean.
It got to be done.
And, when I work with the kids, I often tell them, especially when they come in to my day job and they're like, she just trying to tell me what to do and I got to do all these chores. And I said, your parents, whether it's the mother or father, is teaching you what you're going to have to do when it's just you. It has nothing to do with them trying to make you a slave.
Yes.
They're teaching you life skills because you're not going to always live with your mom. You're going to need to know how to clean the dishes.
Yes.
Because they're your dishes.
Yes.
And they're like, I didn't think about it like that.
Exactly. And that's where I try to go and do that way, because I felt I was just born to clean up and
The
like
gopher.
I
Go for this and go for that.
Yeah. Oh my God. I felt like being in a militant type of household, I wasn't able to be who I was. So when I started to become that, I had to see myself in that. So that was a trigger for me to see my grandmother in me in that way. There's so many things that I do like my grandmother, you know, like my nails, my makeup, you know, my wigs, like that's my granny all day. You feel me? But it was like, I don't want to take the negative things that harmed me, who I am, what I did, to put that on my kids. And I had to see that.
But y'all still need to clean this damn house.
Definitely. Definitely. So that's why I said like that trigger of like wanting to say like, you didn't do a good job, or I don't love you because you didn't do this.
When we were talking last week about this, I was thinking about a specific friend that I had at a childhood, right? And their parent was like, you can't go outside unless the house clean, which that was majority of all of us, right? So we all used to create plans to help each other clean up. So
I love that when you told me that story. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was like, what? Your friends, y'all did what?
Baby, listen.
What?
Sometimes if you on punishment, we all on punishment. And we ain't did nothing, but you in the house, we might as well be in the house with you so we could keep having fun. And I remember we used to always like have sleepovers, but we could never sleep over there, right? And all them times that we would be like, because we would see, you know, back in the day, like you would see your mother coming from work, or you know what time they were coming from work. Like we had it timed out. Like at 2:32, she's gonna be coming up the block. You know,
make sure your shit
so
done.
I just remember like we used to be on it, like making sure that they front room was straight, but it was really never dirty. It was more like dusty or whatever, because it was like everything was just in place. So I used to be like, why you can't never come outside? Like the house ain't even dirty, you know? And then when I finally got to spend the night and you went beyond that
Ooh.
And it was like, and I was a kid, but like, just thinking about it now, I'm like, now when the hell was we all dusting this front room for, and the rest of the house looks like this?
Because that's how your mind works. And as long as, in my grandma's house, you couldn't, no place had to be, messed up. But there's a lot of people that as long as where people go into, it's more of like, you don't want nobody to know that you messy. You don't want nobody to know that you dirty.
We just gonna sit
so
right
like,
in here.
this is where you're allowed to be. And
because we could never, I mean, I don't think like, ooh, we need to go in the room. But like, if you come over our house, we have to go chill in the room, and kick it or whatever. But anyway, yeah, that just made me think about that.
But nobody liked going to my grandma's house. They like, if you come there, you're gonna clean up something. Can you clean the glass? Can you do this? Can you dust off this?
Was
you
it
need
even
to wash
dirty?
No, but we have to clean it.
Just to wipe it so it don't get dirty.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, triggers.
That's the yellow one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mine says, when have you been proud about how you respond to your emotional triggers?
Okay.
Child, just yesterday, child.
Okay. Work in progress.
Man, just knowing when someone is being a butthole, okay, and I know that I could just not respond to their text message and just go on with my life. You know what I mean?
Like
or just I'm not answering your call. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm good. I don't have to acknowledge you going through whatever you're going through to inflict it on me and my energy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So it's
I need my
constant
peace.
growth. And when you do good, you be like, I did good. Like, they tried to pull me in.
right.
That was at my family reunion, huh? Ooh, she tried to. Ooh, she was like, ooh, kept missing, but then she got that hook by Sunday.
Yeah.
She got that
I
hook,
was
but
like,
it was still
what?
like that fish that was like out of the water. But that fish was aggressive, And I was like, listen, but they be wanting you to have a
and I just can't, and I need to I want to be able to just enjoy my home, enjoy my hubby, and just be in peace.
Why we can't just live in harmony? Okay?
Right, but it's not. But I'm saying this is like out. These are people outside of my home, like people who are, whether it be a sibling, or whether it's a friend, or even people that I'll work with here at the station. It could be just a minute. I'm thinking like they going through something. I'm just
you're
I'm
projecting.
I'm not gonna reply.
You're projecting.
I'm not gonna reply until tomorrow or whenever. I'm gonna give myself a minute.
Give us both time. I'm gonna give you time to calm down while I calm myself down, because your message could have triggered me. But the work that I am doing with myself, Samanaya, as they say.
Samanaya.
Samanaya. All right, so the next one is habits. That's the orange peachy looking one. My girl, journaling or whatever she's doing. What are you doing to recharge and refuel? We cannot give to others what we don't have to give to ourselves. I am doing a plethora of things. A lot of things. I'm setting new boundaries. Understanding my worth. My time is important. Understanding that my peace is important regardless of who it is. I don't have to allow you to come in here and shake things up because you want me to conform to what you need me to conform to so that we can conform together. We don't have to do that. Also, I've been kind of told you guys that about me with the really no violent music, no violent movies. I still haven't seen Bad Boys. I really want to see Bad Boys, but I have to prepare my mind for the sounds of the gunshots.
Yes.
Because I've been sensitized to it, so I don't want to. I already know. I'm like, oh, he got shot. Oh, I don't know, but I just figured that's how I'm gonna be in the movies. Like, oh, but and like especially when somebody's if I allow someone else, especially to throw me off. We get thrown off on our own.
Yes.
Anyway, like I said, I was like, where is the moon sitting? What is today? What part of retrograde are we in? You do have to recognize your own stuff, but when somebody else throws you off, you have to have something to recenter you. So, I have several playlists that are for the mood that I need to be in.
Oh, I love that.
So I have a daily affirmation. I got a dusty healing, like the old school songs, that's feel good songs. I got a daily doses of love one. Just I gotta get it together. I gotta reset.
We was in Miami. She had her get herself right back. Like she was like,
what is that playlist? I am. What is that?
Just
one?
saying. I was like,
hold on, because it's right here in my phone.
Hey.
It is. I am her.
Thank you.
I am her playlist. Girl, I got all kind of playlists.
Just
Okay,
saying.
grit. We got that grit. But yeah, so and then I do self-care stuff, massages, stretches. I love a good spa day. That type of stuff.
Yes. Mine's is, which ineffective habits did you once have that you no longer have?
Nice. At least she making us look at the growth that we have. Versus just what bad habits do you have right now?
Yes.
No. Which ones have I fixed? Let's talk about those.
I'm like, okay, Marquetta. So I was just talking about me, how I like my emotional intelligence, like learning how to what is it like know yourself, or know like
recognize your emotions,
recognize my emotions, but also not allow other people to dictate my emotions.
Oh,
I feel like I no longer have that habit of wanting to people please to the detriment of myself.
Okay.
So I think that was a really
like
bad
it a lot.
habit for people to me wanting to buy people's time. I don't do that anymore.
Wow, that's huge.
So it's like,
and those people that you bought their time, are they still around?
Yeah.
Without you buying their time.
Yes. So it was. I mean, we'll see how far they come. Like if I'm still useful to them. Because again, if at some point I did feel like if I wasn't giving, then I wasn't useful. So that's a habit that I am continuing just to try to break, because like I'm learning, if I want to do it, I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Yeah. From the kindness of my heart, not you trying to entangle my heart to do stuff for you.
So that's a habit that I am definitely
amazing.
no longer have, y'all. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry, not sorry.
Access denied.
All right. Mine says, which habits do you want to develop to push you closer to your goals? I'm trying to think of what. I don't know. I might need to, I'm working out. I need to consistently do something. Okay.
Move thy body.
I need to I need to get my mind set. This morning I woke up early and I was like, you know what? I should just go for a run.
I mean, you laid there?
It was cuddling.
Okay.
Cuddling is so nice, though.
So I made a decision in my brain. I made a decision in my brain and never spoke it out loud, and it was cuddling. So
cuddling is still healthy, but it may not be for the weight, but for the heart and the spirit.
So I think just being consistent with that.
Right? Cuddle. If you do that, if you do the other thing, then cuddling. Isn't that working out?
Both.
Yeah, but they didn't do the do.
I'm just saying. I just want to know, because I don't want to
confirm or deny.
So
it depends. You could be just laying there and you ain't burning 1 calorie.
I thought if you just do it though, you
that is not it. You got to move your body.
Damn.
You got to be doing it.
All right.
You have to be
I was like, oh shit,
moving. If you just laying there, just
wait. How y'all just be laying there?
I'm just saying you're not burning calories if you laying there. I'm not ever saying that I'm just laying there, depending on what's happening. But
that's what I'm saying. If you're doing something, I mean, you can be stretching.
If you're doing it right, I'm not gonna be still.
So I'm just saying, if you're moving,
if I'm being still, it's probably wrong.
See, so I'm trying to learn. Like, can I take that as a workout?
I think
if you're working out,
I think you can burn calories and stuff like that. But I think mentally, you have to. I need to go for a walk or walk myself to the gym, which is across the street.
What?
Okay. I need to get my life.
You can burn calories. You can burn a lot of calories.
Just walking.
Especially if you have a nice long session.
Yeah, you can.
30 minutes is all you need a day to work out.
Okay, 30 minutes. All right, thank you.
Just throwing that number out
30
there.
minutes. That's it.
Yeah, we're not talking about having a strong neck. Thanks.
You're like, girl, you losing all your neck fat. Okay, this one is mindset.
Okay.
Which self-limiting thoughts do you have to keep getting in your way? Choose a self-limiting thought and do something this week that goes against that thought. I think when it comes, I thought about this homework. I'm like, self-limiting. I don't know if that's it, but curse out professor. I don't know if that's it.
Ooh. She fine, huh?
Girl, she be trying me. But I think a self-limiting thought is sometimes when you feel that you may not be ready for something that you actually are ready for, and the universe will push you to do it, but you still feel like, but wait, I'm not ready. I need to do some more research. Okay, but what if this happens, and what if this happens? But all along, it's like, we're doing it, you're ready. It's like the universe is prepping you, like, we got you. The ancestors like, we got you, girl. You ready? You know? And it was like, oh, I need to be doing this. And then next thing you know, there's like 2 or 3 opportunities to do it. And I'm like, okay, let me see. What workshops do I have ready? Oh my God. Now all of a sudden I have so much to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just the fact of feeling not ready when you're being pushed to be ready, and you got no choice but to go ahead and be ready.
Period.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Because she be ready, okay? She be ready. This is funny because mine's is on the scale of 0 to 10. How do you trust yourself to create the change you want? On the scale to 1 to 10, I am at a 6, okay? Because I really started at a 0. Okay?
Okay.
Like, legit, I had to be honest with myself. If it is for myself, it took me a long time to do for self. If it did not involve anyone else, I did not do it for myself.
Okay.
That is something that I had to recognize, that if no one else was directly affected by what I did and it was only for me, didn't do it. Was scared to do it. Prevent it. Like, that's even going on the stage to even like, wait, what? Just me? Wait, what? Even the show, like, even doing this show,
for both of us,
like, I have a real fear of just even like when I'm off of you still come in, thug it out and do it. I have yet to do that in the 2 years. So I'm challenging myself to trust myself to do something, you know, like,
but
for
you do
myself.
it all the time.
For myself. That's
You
what I'm
do it
saying.
all the time. You know, like with your job, right? You gotta sell yourself. And
I'm selling a product. I don't have to sell.
No,
me.
you selling yourself.
Really?
Because it's your personality that pulls them in. It's you. It's the words. It's everything else. Because you could come to me and be like, "Hey, I got this Coca-Cola. You want it?
Yeah.
It's $2." And I'll be like, "Hell no, I don't even drink pop."
Yeah.
But if you be like, "Oh my God, is this Coca-Cola? It has less carbonation," and and I'm like, "So is it gonna make my stomach hurt?" And they'd be like, "No, girl," you know, like, it's you pulling people in. But I mean, that's just one example.
But I'm working on it to see the
But
change.
6 is good.
6 is good because even in my marriage, I feel like it's a 6 too.
It's over
It's
half.
Mm-hmm.
It's over half. Okay. All right. Which one was that?
My mindset, my mind.
My mind's telling me no.
We're banned. Remember?
That's the black one.
Oh, black one. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, what thoughts about yourself have helped you to get through tough times? The one thing I tell myself every day is every day I fight a battle and win.
I've heard you say that.
And I just tell myself that. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, every day I fight a battle and win. And whatever the battle, it could be something small, it could be something huge, it could be something medium. But I think that that's been helpful because I'm like, okay, I'm letting myself know, you know what, you pushed through, you made it happen.
That's huge.
I like that.
Yeah.
And my affirmation song, she said, every day I look at it, I look at the challenge. What did she say? I look at the challenge and I'm like, bring it on, challenge. And because I know that I'm going to win. Like, I like whatever this girl name is. But she has some good ones. And she's like, and I'm ready. Okay, so we are running back weaponizing competence because we didn't get a chance to get through the whole thing. And for those who didn't get a chance to see, or make sure you go back and check out last week's show and comment and drop a heart on it and let me know you checking it out. But I'm going to break it down to what it is again, and so that we know that, and then we'll get into the part that we missed.
Okay.
And so what we have here is weaponized incompetence is also known as a strategic incompetence, a passive-aggressive behavior when someone pretends knowingly or unknowingly and demonstrates an inability to perform or master a certain task or just blatantly does it poorly, thereby leading another to take on more work. This genuinely occurs in two domains: in the household between partners and at work between colleagues. Consistently weaponizing incompetence leads to an unequal division of labor. This plays a part as if they play as if they're incapable and the other person is just going to take over, offer to help them, or just plain out do it themselves. And they say it's a new phrase. When I was like reading up on a couple articles, they were like, new phrase on TikTok, weaponizing competence. First of all, TikTok is not the end all be all. I know people look there for everything, but it's not new. Weaponizing competence has been going on since that's what I should have looked up, how long it's been going on. But
since they granddaddy and they great
there's some greats, but there's a stop where the greats was, because women were recognized and respected for their role. You know, it's just, especially a lot of westernized ways, we were put behind the dog. You know what I'm saying? So it is a hierarchy of society. And it's a form of controlling and manipulating psychologically and emotionally. And it's a form of abuse. And they make women feel as if they're unstable and they're emotional creatures if they speak up for themselves. Ooh. And so Webster says that a weapon is a thing designed or used for inflicting bodily harm or physical damage. It's a means of gaining an advantage or defending oneself in a conflict or contest. So you use a weapon. That's why people use words as weapons. It's to gain an advantage of defending oneself in a conflict.
That's what a weapon is for, too. It's to gain an advantage. You either shoot me or kill me, right? That's crazy.
I guess I'm using it more as far as like people who use words.
But it's just
to gain an advantage. It doesn't mean you win the argument.
No.
Okay. Weaponize, adapt for use as a weapon, and exploit for the purpose of attacking a person or a group, or for the spread of a discord. And incompetence is the inability to do something successfully, ineptitude or lack of skill or ability.
Okay.
And then we did read a couple things and a couple researches that a couple people did. There was McKinsey who did one, and then we looked in the mind-body relationship. Their thing is they say that this is predominantly a heterosexual relationship where there is a masculine partner.
Okay.
And we did talk about last week that it happens with women, it happens with your kids, it happens with friendships, coworkers, all that. Right? So what we didn't get into was the psychological effects.
Yeah, I'm excited about.
Because it does affect you psychologically, whether the person who's doing it know it or unknowingly doing it. You know that there is something going on with your spouse regarding these certain things. And you may not realize that these are the things that you're doing, or you're just flat out don't care.
Let's say that, because a lot of people.
Let's just say that. Like, you see me drowning. And
I use that analogy all the time.
You see me drowning and just do what?
Taking your time. I don't know how to steer the boat, but I'm gonna try.
I could see this raft, but I ain't never did a raft before.
Yeah, so I'm like, I didn't know. I didn't.
Well, you should jump in and drown too.
I could look at her. I'm supposed to die.
Let's go.
How did you get
Till
in
death
the water?
do us part, because you couldn't save me when you were standing on the boat. You might as well jump in.
Find someone to help me then.
Find the help that you need.
Yes.
Figure out what's going on.
That's
with you.
what I try
Don't
to tell
keep
my
trying
kids.
to use it as a weapon against me, right? And so, because that was my thought process, is like, a lot of times people do that. Like, I want to appear to know everything, because, and if we're talking about masculine energy, is like, I'm the man, I'm the leader, I got this. But you don't sometimes. But then again, if you do, it's like, well, that ain't my thing, so I'm gonna fake like I don't know how to do it.
Like, that's not my responsibility, so it's not for me to even know.
That's a woman's job.
Just like
Cleaning the house and
our
taking
black
care of the
jobs,
kids is
we
a
got
woman's
woman's
job. It's a woman's job. So the psychological effects is feeling made as if you are the problem. Yep. Okay.
Yep. And it turns to you. Like, it's like, oh, your mom is tripping because, like, I had someone tell me that their parent was toxic because she was upset that the other person in the family did not, after the dishes is clean, oh, well, there was one dish. She was toxic because she got mad and she was yelling.
About one dish?
About a dish in the sink after she just cleaned it. How many dishes was in it before she cleaned it? Exactly. So it's like, oh, okay, it's only when
made to feel like you're overreacting.
When it's like, hey, you're not even considering. Consider me that I just cleaned the whole house to make it convenient for you, and you couldn't take the time out just to clean one dish.
The towel's still wet. The towel's still wet. What my TT Vest say, and the dish soap is right here. it ain't. She don't play about them dishes. I was looking today because I brought my dishes home from work. I was like, oh, TT Vest gonna get me. It does,
but
lead
she
to
considers you. She considers you and know, hey, my niece, she works all the time. She does all of these things. That is what most women want, the consideration. Where do you consider me in this? Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, she does.
You don't have to know. Say it. You can consider me and help me in the ways that you didn't have to write a note for TT. You ain't had to. She saw what she saw.
Yeah, what she knows to do, she knows to do. But if she listens to me, that's what she does do. And I'll be like, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And then I'll wake up and she'll already have it done. And she'll be like, well, where did you want me to put this?
Period.
You know, and I'm like, well, you know you didn't have to do that. She's, well, I wasn't doing nothing. Yeah. It leads
you can
to
have
depression.
A man there laying there talking about, I ain't know what
scratching
you wanted me
balls.
to do. Like, I was here all day. I was tired. I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, so you were here all day and you what? And you was okay. How many days?
Building resentment, making a person feel drained.
That's a little cut.
Feeling doubt and self-worth. People don't want to be made to feel like a maid. Like, I'm not your maid, fam. You drop a sock, you pick up a sock. If you throw both our clothes off, somebody got to pick them up.
Somebody.
But you want the clothes off.
Consider.
I feel like that is a thing, too, because when you use weaponized incompetence for sex, all hell breaks loose.
Girl, I don't know how to do that well. No, thank you. I really want to do it.
You know what? You do it better. You should do it yourself.
Yep. Like, oh, you using that teeth. Oh, my bad. Oh, do you want me to stop? That's okay. Cool. Okay. No problem. I ain't want to do this shit anyway.
Get this thing right. Oh, Lord. It does create conflict and arguments, burnout, stress,
divorce,
stagnation, frustration. self-doubt, it could be like you can start to have low self-esteem and lack of confidence because you have this fear of failure and the criticism all the time. Every time you just simply talking about the bathroom, having piss around it, we got to have this long, round conversation.
I can never do anything right. I can never do anything right with you. Like, it got to be your way or the highway. Like,
beep, beep.
Like, these are for my married people. Y'all have heard these phrases, okay? I can't do nothing right in front of you. I just can't do nothing. If I do it, you're going to complain about it.
So if you can't do nothing right, what are you willing to try to correct? Or is it just because it's me, you don't want to do it right? I'm just saying. Because you make a person feel hopeless, desire to maintain control, and there's an ego protection in there they trying to protect, and resistance to change, or just don't want to even try to learn a new task, even though you probably already know it. But let's just say that you don't know how to do it like you say you don't for the last 5 years. You just still don't know how to do it, but you just refuse to learn. I mean, YouTube University is free. You ain't even got to pay tuition. How to keep my household together. Attention-seeking behavior, passive-aggressive tendencies begin to be a thing, like you just said.
Surely do.
And then it becomes to be difficult to even have emotional regulations or be able to communicate those things.
Thank you.
Because your underlying mental health conditions are developing.
Mom rage.
Anxiety,
and
depression, and rage. Yeah. Burn the whole house
like,
down.
oh, she's so mad about because we just didn't clean the living room right or the kitchen right. Like, that right there would be like playing in your face. Is it that they don't
clean it right or they're not cleaning it at all?
It doesn't.
The difference.
It could be like, oh, I didn't fluff this, or I didn't pick this up, or I didn't do. I'm like, but you didn't do it. You didn't sweep. You didn't wipe off the countertops. You just.
So they didn't do it.
You didn't do it. That's it'd be like, girl, okay, let me digress, y'all. Okay, y'all. Again, I'll be like,
yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing too is, I know a person probably, like I said, it let me see if I got it in here. The causes. There are the causes there. So let's go to the causes, because that's the whole thing. That the first thing I made sure I put on here is childhood experiences and patterns, right? Predominantly, this is where a lot of our things come from. Our shit, our good shit, our bad shit, whatever. So you may have come from a household where subconsciously you didn't realize that this is where you were being taught. And it's like, well, this is how it was in my house, so what's wrong with this being how it is in my house? You know, so not realizing that you were a born, trained, raised manipulator. Because you don't think you manipulate anybody. It's not your intention. But because of the product being a product of your environment, there's a portion of you that's just like, in our childhood, we see things and we make a decision. I'm never gonna do that. Or you be like, you don't even really decide on that. Yeah. That thing just lingers. And that's that thing that happens. Like, most people be like, I ain't gonna be like my mama when I grow up or whatever. And you still kind of sort of do a lot of things the same way. Yeah. It just looks differently, you know, but, and then you might have did it worse because you trying to undo something that you think that they were doing horribly. They just needed a different approach.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had to check this kid today at the thing.
Did you?
Don't talk to your mama like that in front of me.
Okay.
Kid looked at me, looked up. It was like the third thing that they had already said. Now, three strikes, you out. Yeah. And I don't like when the parents don't help me. Help me help you. Because I'm checking your kid in front of you and then you ain't saying nothing. She ain't say a word. She ain't look. But that little girl turned around. She ain't say nothing else till she walked up out that door.
Like, you just gonna let her talk to me, Mom, like that?
Don't you talk to her like that in front of me. Yeah. But missed opportunity, like I'm somebody in front of me. But I meant what I said.
Don't go to no store with this girl and the baby is crying. Get your kid, bruh. But she really be trying to help the adult. Like, you are the adult, okay? If there's really something wrong with it, then, you know.
What's the problem? Let's figure it out. We need a solution.
Yes.
And we need a solution now. Is the baby wet? Is the baby sick? Is the baby hungry? What is wrong with your child? But it don't be that. These kids just be wilding. And then they put them on medication. So, that's my soapbox. They have reservations for gender roles, but they just don't say it because they feel that it's not their responsibility. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people feel bad about truly not knowing how to do something, especially if they want to appear to knowing everything. And
I learned that
once again, they just can't say what it is.
Yeah.
Most times they have lack of confidence and self-esteem, so they got to make you feel like the bad person so they can still somehow, somewhat feel superior. And there's a power imbalance. Mm-hmm. If I'm the man or the masculine one, I got to have this power. Mm-hmm. You, woman, get in there and cook them.
You remember on The
Vittles.
Color Purple that we watched? And how Harpo, you know, like, she like, nah, you ain't about to do me like this. No, thank you.
Who, Sophia?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, no,
Because
like,
she was a product of her environment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sometimes they're truly incompetent. We're just gonna go ahead and put that out there.
And that is where you know, that's where the grace comes in.
But then again, you learn. I'm just trying not to always stay with the sex, but I just feel like at the end of the day, you figure that out. You figured out that you want it. You figure you need it. You figure out how many times you think you should need it and how many times we need to perform it, but you don't want to figure out anything else.
Yes.
So.
Yes. It's this thing that was going around about golf. Like, women, we don't hate that men golf. We hate that you know the tea time. You know that you need to clean off your things. You already planned your work schedule, your time, your this, your that. And you're telling me that you can't plan a vacation for our family. You can't plan our anniversary. You can't plan our birthday. You can't
plan to cheat.
Why she over here about to just shot me?
Saying,
look.
I am not shooting you at all.
Not
friend.
you. No. I'm just saying. It's just.
I'm just saying, like, there's a whole lot of intention that's put behind it.
It is.
It's like you schedule this thing right on now. You trying to live a regular life and your life and this life. You got 3-4 lives going on. You could plan some things. You know how to plan.
Just saying.
So
Miss Love got to say it.
The impact is there is an increased amount of resentment. You want to be resented? Give me all the work to do.
Why she always so mad at me? I feel like I don't get to. I want to be peaceful when I come home.
Girl, shut up.
You want to be?
I just need you to be my peace and my mute coochie. You better mute it. Keep it muted.
Keep it clean and keep it muted, okay?
I seen that the other day, and I had just literally said it like, I ain't no puta. I keep my panties clean. But decrease in trust and respect. Like, you want to lose some respect? Let somebody feel like they carrying a whole boat. I'm carrying the boat. I'm wiping the boat. I'm cleaning the boat. I'm driving the boat. And then I got to make sure the boat got fuel in the boat. And then I got to make sure the staff on the boat is taken care of. And then I got to make sure that the propeller
I love how
is,
you said that.
I'm just saying, like, I have to make sure this boat sails, and you just want to be like, aye, captain. Mm-hmm. Like, no. The captain actually does all the job. So who's really the captain?
But they see it when they're at work, too. When they have a colleague that ain't pulling their weight. And like, well, I got to do this now, and I got to do that, and I got to do this. You understand the role of everyone. You understand that. Mm-hmm. But again, where does it come in where it is you understand that this is a person that you laying with? This is the person that you are choosing to go day-to-day life with.
It just makes me
and
feel
you don't
like,
have consideration. Exactly. That to me is the respect factor. Why wouldn't you respect the partner that you want? Men say that they want respect. Women want love. But love comes in the way of how you respect and treat us.
I want them to stop thinking for us. I feel like you can't even think for yourself. Stop trying to think for me. You can't. Your brain is not my brain. They're not structured. Our neurons are nowhere near the same. They were never fired at the same time. They are not. We don't have the same. Stop trying to think for women. They tell us more about us than they know about themselves.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I'll be looking at the post. That's why I said this with a few people. I probably got to mute them for 60 days or something because I'm like, in this realm of life, like, you need to shut up. Because you don't know what you're talking about, and you're coming from a place of hurt.
Yes.
It's the only thing that I could think of, or your experience of what has happened with somebody else you dealt with.
True. Because
they want to paint their experience all over you.
But I learned that I do that with men. I was like, Marquita, Johnny Grass, don't just, like, it is not all men that are like this. It is just the men that you have been around, you've seen, you've been in contact with. Yeah. That is, and I'm sorry, y'all, okay, fellas, okay? Because I be on here peering sometimes.
and I be loaded.
Like, ooh, okay.
Because, I mean, it does increase, like, stress, anxiety, and risk of burnout, and it reduces the level of intimacy. Like, people don't want to get their freak on when they exhausted, you know? And you want me to come in here and stand on top of my head after I've been standing on my feet for 12 hours? Kiss my feet. Cherish that thing that made all that money. But anyway, there's communication breakdowns. There is potential ending of the relationship.
It's a lot, y'all.
We're just going to say that. And so, how can we try and correct this thing?
Yes.
You know what number one is, right? Y'all know what number one is.
Consideration. Is that it?
Well, we can go ahead and put it up there, friend.
I feel like you gotta consider
the other person.
Yes. It has to only come from that place. If you don't want to do that for your person that you are spending the rest of your life with, that's not your one.
Considering their needs, considering their feelings, considering their emotions, considering where the moon is in the sky.
Thank you.
Consider that. Think of me. Think of me. That's real. Like, think outside of you and think of me.
Yes.
And don't think of me as your opponent. But the first one I have, that's a great one, is accountability.
Okay.
You got to take it. You got to own it. You got to take full ownership of that thing. It may be very, very hard for you. However, you are an adult, and taking accountability for your actions is what being an adult means. Remember when we were kids and we were like, I can't wait to grow up and I can't wait to do whatever. And then when you get adult, you still doing kiddish shit.
Yeah.
You need to make a real commitment to want to change. It has to be something that you're committing to in yourself. Don't say you're doing it for me. Don't say you're doing it for these kids. Say you're doing it because you need to do it for yourself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And have action behind it.
Yep.
Don't keep talking about you gonna change and then 6 months down the line we have 3 months we having the same 2 months we having the same conversation.
1 week.
And then the next
a week. Well, I was doing it all this week, and see, there you go. Now it's like, again, it'd be like, we just want you to be consistent, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got to agree to want to share with your partner equally.
Yes.
I know that you want to be above and not behind and all of these different things, but you have to see your person as a partner.
Exactly.
Not as your puppy. And create a plan of action.
Yep.
Delegate things.
Because men don't want to be seen as just breadwinners anymore. They don't. They said,
they want to be seen as everything, Lord.
But I'm just saying, if they do not want to be seen.
I'm just, the moon is sitting up and it's in a crescent moon and it was setting at 6:19. And listen, I woke up like this. Because at the end of the day, like you have to find each other's strong points. And it's like, setting boundaries is one.
Okay.
And that's both sides.
Yes.
I think I want to stay back and finding each other's strong points, because if I know that cleaning the kitchen is not my thing.
Yeah.
Like, let's say
some
childhood things and I just cannot stand cleaning the kitchen.
Yes.
If you could take the kitchen, I'll take the bathroom.
Yes.
If you could do the laundry, I hate to put it up. If you could put it up, I'll wash it and I'll fold it.
Exactly.
Find our strong points so that we can yin and yang
it. Thank
and
you.
not be enemies.
Like,
you know?
exactly.
Have open communications about what a clean house looks like, because a clean house doesn't look the same to everybody.
Right.
Like, I really want my house to look like a model house at all times, so I have attitude every day.
I'm like,
but it's just me messing it up. So, therapy and coaching is definitely a good thing, because you may need to figure out that you have this said way of life, because like I said, you may not know. And you can do individual coaching, couples, friends can go and deal with your past experiences.
Would you take a friend?
See each other. Yeah.
You would take a friend to counseling?
Yeah, if we need to work some things out, you sure I would.
Well, you better take me, bitch. If we ever take me, don't leave me, bitch. We need to go to counseling, okay?
We are not breaking up. I scheduled us a counseling appointment.
Exactly.
I'm like, we be in counseling like this. And what's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Because she hasn't read my messages and I ain't talked to her in 3 days.
Okay. She turned her phone off. We gotta see each other as humans and see them as equals, and no one is above each other, because you have to rid the codependency tendencies. Because a lot of people who are codependent, they might need you to do it. And what about the people who are institutionalized? You know? But to build a new foundation is important. Even if you know that this is the way that we've been, the way we're going to move forward is we're going to build a new foundation. And you find better ways to navigate your conflicts after that.
Yes.
You build a healthier communication.
Build your thing up. You remember?
Build that thing.
Build that family thing up in your
brick by brick.
Yeah.
Brick by
What's
brick.
our movie that we like? Inside Out. You gotta start from the inside out. Which one is important right now? You gotta fester all of those little things that you got going
know
on.
what emotions that you're feeling, so you can really appropriately say them instead of saying all this other outlandish things that has nothing to do with what you really want to say. It does, and when you guys do start to build, it reduces stress and burnout.
Right.
You guys grow as partners and not opponents. The resentment is reduced.
Yes, it is.
And as the other person who is the victim, encourage the accountability for the other person. Encourage them. Don't always keep coming with something negative, because that's not going to build it. You feel me?
My
they
husband
put the brick
laughed
up,
at
you
me.
take the brick down.
He laughed at me because I looked at the ceiling fan. I said, babe, you cleaned off the ceiling fan today? Well, thank you for noticing. I was like, I noticed as soon as I talked to you on the phone.
But why I gotta notice?
But I just literally noticed because I know that we sleep
But
by
it's
it.
almost like I guess what we saying too is like, if these are tasks that need to get done, you saying like, babe, thanks for noticing.
That's that brick of giving the brick, that knowing that, hey, you did something to contribute to that's our room. That's something that we do. So I am saying that what you're saying is, don't just take it away. Be okay with getting that back. How you said, like, they need to hear it too. And I feel like what you said about the resentment and how it lessens all of those things, I can really see it in action in foreplay, like not foreplay, but in real time right now.
The crazy part is, the next part is no fake praise of low results. I can screenshot it and show it to you. It's right here. Because and I'm not saying that you shouldn't praise a person. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like you said, if you're giving me this result for a week, and then it's like, well, I already did it for a week, and I'm hyperly praising you for picking up your own draws. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm praising you for that, but it's low results. So, and it says don't enable them. But provide support and resources for them. So be very supportive in it, but and practice patience.
That's what it, baby. Okay, that's exactly.
Yeah, I understand. I guess there's so many different variables to what this could look like. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. It really could, because it's like, I guess, like on one arm of the thing is like, I'm practicing patience because I know that, you know, you weren't raised like this. So you really are doing a 360 and you are working really hard to change this thing. So that is something that we can both pour into. But me practicing patience for somebody who's using it as a weapon, like we've been talking about here, I'm being patient for you to do something that if you were to move out, you gonna do anyway. True.
I had that mentality or that thought process for a very long time, but it doesn't help someone that didn't really want to do it in the first place.
That's where we want to stay.
Yeah.
You know, we're not talking about the people who are like, oh, babe, you didn't really, like, you should praise each other. I'm saying in this situation, like, sometimes we have to realize, like, if I'm like, oh my God, like you pick up the socks, like,
yes, that's different.
It's so good. And it's like, thank you for noticing that I picked up the socks. They're your socks, fam.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm giving you that little bit of a praise, it's like, what are you doing with that?
Hopefully,
are you just using that little
cup.
part to harbor it, or is it really encouraging you to do more?
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. But that is a show again. See, we had to went through that thing again,
right?
And,
but I hope that y'all had a good understanding with new words and phrases. Okay, that again, you ain't gotta be like, baby, you weaponizing competence in me, and you ain't gotta do all of that.
Do stuff,
but really come with them with a real open heart.
Yeah, a very effective communication style.
Yep.
That's letting you know this is what we need. This is what we need. And if I'm with you, we need this together. So thank y'all for tuning in to Let's Talk Love. And we gonna see y'all next week. Much love.
Next week, but it's my brother and sister birthday. I just want to say happy birthday to my sister.
Okay, big Leo energy.
I love y'all. Okay. Happy birthday, Cassandra, Charlie. I love y'all. CMC for life. Deuces.